common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing. Had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back from the weekend. Welcome to another episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick, the Hitman Hellman.
I'm Todd, the Todd Father.
Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. The markets are looking okay. We're seeing some red across the board. Obviously, you know, Bitcoin is back below 7,000. But Thursday at the end of the show, we said, what coin do you need to buy right now? We said Ethereum Classic, and that thing has performed well. Obviously, we know that the Coinbase did announce that it will be added to, Ethereum Classic will be added to Coinbase here shortly. We're going to discuss that, so that can't be going much better. We're going to talk about some deadline dates. Some of these topics, airdrops that we've been talking about in the past now do have finite deadline dates, so I want to make sure everybody in the community takes full advantage of those opportunities. And then, of course, we're going to have the Todd Father looking at the charts, doing some TA, see what's going on with Bitcoin here. Are we about to find another bottom, just like we said when we were around $5,800? Let's see what happens. Shout out to everybody here watching right now. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We will be giving away Zen Cash from Thursday's live show, but guess what? We are in such a good mood. This is going to be a Zen giveaway show as well. All you have to do is make sure you smash that like button and that subscribe button. Leave a comment in the comments section below with your Zen Cash wallet address, and that's it, guys. You know, we are 49 subscribers away from the 5,000 subscriber mark. If each and every one of you could take 5 minutes to support us, go ahead and make sure that you share some of our content, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook, to your family, your friends, to other individuals you contact on other YouTube channels, Reddit, whatever it may be. If there's a particular video interview that you really enjoyed, make sure to share that for us. Let's break this 5,000 barrier. Once you break 5,000, you know Bitcoin is going to go to 10K, so you're only helping yourself out there.
Lenny Bruce says, too commercial. See you, Lenny. Too commercial, because we had an intro and you talked.
Who knows?
Oh.
All right, let's do this. Let's see what we got here. Market cap is currently at $252 billion. Bitcoin dominance has fallen down 0.6%, down to 47.4%. That is obviously because Bitcoin has been pulling back, but a couple of the altcoins, such as Ethereum Classic and Z Classic, have been outperforming, cutting into a little bit of that Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin is holding above that 6,800 level that we think is a must hold. I'm sure Todd's going to go more in depth with that, but it is at 6,951. Seeing right across the board for the top 10 here, but EOS is up 0.31% at 709. Right around the $7 mark is when Todd was saying, hey, if you're going to go in on EOS, probably now is a decent time. Get in there, partake in the airdrop ecosystem and the ownership ecosystem if that is something that interests you. Still valued at $6 billion, but right now, if you're looking at the charts, $7 is looking like it's been holding pretty well. And then we got Ethereum Classic up to $18.58, up 5.92% against USD, but up around 8% in Satoshi value. This is one that we are going to continue to hold until the listing for Coinbase. We're going to talk more details on that in a second, so I don't want to harp on it too much. But I think you're going to have an opportunity to do some swing trading or laddering out of a position after we see some kind of Coinbase listing pump. I know we've been seeing a pump here, but you have to keep in mind, if Bitcoin digs in here, if Ethereum Classic has been this strong in a bear market, what's it going to be doing in a bull market? Biggest winners for the day is Holo, MOAC, and Aurora Coin. On top of that, we do have a basic attention token in Ethereum Classic. So congratulations to you guys. I don't know much about this Holo. I did tweet out, it was pretty funny, 2 days ago, I think, or a couple days ago. my TV, Android TV, was saying, hey, you need to watch this video. Holo versus Bitcoin. Holo chain is going to eliminate Bitcoin or something like that. I don't know if that was a marketing campaign on their side or why it was prompting me to watch that video, but it is kind of fishy that only a few days later they're seeing a 40% pump. So maybe they did a little bit of a marketing campaign there. This is one that I'm not too sure on, but if you hold it, congratulations, and if you're trading it, congratulations.
I thought maybe Linda's sister Vicky was up 100% today.
Whoa.
VIKKY.
Whoa. Never heard of it. Might have to look into that.
Linda's sister.
All right, let's let Todd do the charts for a little while. Then we got a bunch of news, details, dates that you guys need to know about. So don't go anywhere. And obviously, we got to do the live Zen Cash giveaway for all you guys out there watching.
Well, this is the 15-minute Bitcoin. Not much to say. We're down here at the 6,900 level where we've been for a couple days here. I don't really have much new to add. I mean, we're back at that 50 to 0.618 pullback. I still think we're doing a 1-2 here on Bitcoin and some of the stronger coins. And the alts are probably putting in fifth wave lows. So I'm still bullish. I don't see that really changing. I will bring up the software here in a little bit. I did get a new version today with some help on the 5-minute waves, so we'll go over that. And otherwise, I mean, Bitcoin Cash still in that big triangle that it's been in. Definitely weak here, but Dash down to 200. That's a new low for the move. Let me try to zero in a little bit more on these. New low on Dash. Classic 1860 just made a new high. Well, I guess it on here, Bittrex just missed the new high. But as Nick said, I mean, if it's by Elliott Wave, it's a 1-2, then obviously the bulk of the rally is coming here. If you look at the daily, if that's a diagonal here, I mean, the low at 12 was a major low. And, you know, we've done a 1-2 here. So I would think there's got to be some fireworks coming on Classic. We're going to need Bitcoin to dig in. But if Bitcoin would hold here, I think Classic is going to lead us. So there's Ethereum still. Almost back down to that 350 level. I still think trying to make lows here. Classic, or I mean, Litecoin 73.76. Kind of gave up the 76 level, but not really extending to the downside anything more. Neo 26.25. I think that's a triangle with 5 waves ending here. Ripple has finally broken down to the 41 cent level. I think you could buy that one here. I think probably the risk is wrung out of that. And then let's just go back to ADA. Just some of the usual strong ones here. ADA still trying to hold these lows. We've got Digibyte down 2.39%. I think we sprung this low here and we're testing it. So I think Digibyte still looks really good. EOS. I think 714 when I mentioned I thought it would hold. I can't believe the low actually has held here. So then actually getting a decent bar here as we speak. So let me bring that up here a little bit better. We just had a quick run from 695 to 710. So EOS short term acts like a low is in. So made back down to 35. A little deeper than I would have liked. But still a extremely good chart compared to a lot of these coins. And then watch still. XLM still holding in, down 4%. I still think that's a 1-2. I think we're headed higher. Zen 2278 sprung that 24 level. Maybe sprung it and testing it now. ZRX 95. I thought that $1.05 level would hold. We've obviously given that up. but I think still pretty good performance considering. So I've got the software here. We're going to go over that here in a minute when I come back, I think. Show a few more things.
Sounds good. Let's see what's going on in the chat box real quick. A bunch of people are saying ETC for the win. Yeah, we did say on Thursday to buy that, and it just so happened that over the weekend, Coinbase made the announcement, and you were up 55% if you bought after the live show on Thursday. Simon Hayes says, what does everybody think ETC will do tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's not really the big day, so we're going to talk about this in a second, so stay tuned. It's going to be the second article we talk about, and I'll tell you my opinion on that. And then lastly, Chris says, I'm holding NEO and ONT because of the gas dividends, but the market is making me second guess. Now, I am a big proponent of getting that passive income. NEO has shrank as far as the percentage of my portfolio, but I still hold a pretty decent amount of NEO for that gas payout. And I think one of these articles we're about to talk about tonight might change your mind. We always say the utilization of a network drives network appreciation, and apparently NEO just had 60 individual Dapps, or decentralized applications, added to its blockchain, or they are coming very, very soon. That is a lot of new Dapps. I'm not saying all of them are going to be popular, but that means people are developing and actively developing for the NEO blockchain. So stay tuned for that. And then somebody wants you to draw a Fibonacci correction for ETC. Todd, if you want to look at that. I don't know if we're going to, based off of what. I mean, that would be assuming it's correcting now, which I don't know if it's really going to happen, but we'll see. So let me get on to that and let Todd mark up some charts. Bitcoin could be the first worldwide currency, the New York Stock Exchange owner says. This is big news. The chief executive of the company that owns and operates the world's largest stock exchange believes that Bitcoin has the potential to be the world's first worldwide currency. He is throwing his firm's weight behind an ambitious plan to make that a reality. ICE, owner of New York Stock Exchange, is forming a new company dubbed BACT that seeks to bridge the divide between Wall Street, Main Street, and the flagship cryptocurrency. Quote, Bitcoin would greatly simplify the movement of global money. It has the potential to become the first worldwide currency. Now, a couple things here. First of all, if this guy is saying it's going to become a worldwide currency, let's do some math. There's only 21 million Bitcoins to ever come into existence. About 4 million of them are lost forever. So, say this becomes a worldwide currency. If you own one Bitcoin, you are going to be in the top 1% of the wealthiest individuals in the world as far as Bitcoin is concerned. So that's what we say, hey, you want to chase some of these altcoins, but really if you can accumulate, kind of like what Charlie Lee said, buy one solid Bitcoin first before you really indulge into a lot of these altcoins. A large portion of your cryptocurrency, especially if you're a small scale investor, needs to be in risk-averse assets. There's nothing wrong with hodling some Bitcoin, especially during this market indecision, and then make no-brainer plays like we've been talking about Ethereum Classic for a month now. That was a no-brainer play that you could have capitalized, added some Bitcoin to the bag, and then you still have some Ethereum Classic whenever you decide to sell it. That is what I would be doing if I was you. Try to accumulate to get a half a Bitcoin, a full Bitcoin, whatever it may be, because if this truly becomes a global currency, the supply just isn't there. If everybody wants one Bitcoin, they can't have it. There's 8 billion people on this planet and only 21 million Bitcoin to go around. On top of that, this exchange could almost render the ETF not worthless, but not as big of news. They are saying here that they are going to move. The move will see ICE not only launch a physical settled Bitcoin futures product, but also custody crypto assets directly and help merchants such as Starbucks accept digital assets such as Bitcoin for everyday payments. We all love the ETF perspective because that means investors will have to hold the underlying, which affects the market price in a positive way. The way that this exchange is written up right here, this is going to do the exact same thing. You'll be holding the underlying, you will have custody of those coins, and that should push the market price higher. You got any comments on what's going on over there, Todd, while you're looking down at the ground?
I'm trying to got my earpiece wrapped around my thing here. No, I was looking at the Bitcoin chart, and reading some comments here with ETC breaking resistance.
Yeah, I mean, I'll show you my tweet I sent out earlier. I don't know if some people took it the wrong way. I don't know what, but
I think a couple of people thought maybe you were trading it.
So I said the long-term fundamentals are strong. I'm looking for Bitcoin to get a better outlook over the next 72 hours, assuming we're finding a bottom around here around 68 or 6,900. I want that to firm up, get some more positive sentiment in this crypto ecosystem. Ethereum Classic is then going to be listed on Coinbase probably in about 2 days, and it was just listed today on Robinhood. I'm seeing FOMOing ensuing coming soon, and I will ladder out of my position. No matter, even if Ethereum Classic goes to $300, I'm going to keep 25% of my Ethereum Classic for the long-term hodl. And then I even attached this chart here. I see resistance around $25, resistance around $37, and then resistance around $45. Those are the targets in which I will start laddering out of my position if we see massive pumps. And once it gets added to Coinbase, I won't be afraid to take profits at those levels. So I still think we have a higher upside objective. I mean, if ETC does not get to $25 after a Coinbase listing, this market has got to be super bearish. I really see it getting up here. Right now, it's probably, what is it at right now? Almost $19, $18.50. So I think it's still looking strong.
1870. Yeah, I think people maybe thought you were sliding out on today's little pump, but because I tweeted out at 1780, I thought we was finally chewing through resistance. So maybe we could finally go to new highs. So I think we both think there's still a lot more upside here.
Another one that I think you guys should probably keep an eye on is Z Classic. Now, this is one that I said was having a fork, a highly risky fork, and I said I'll do some more research for you guys. On August 3rd, I did tweet out that I'm really looking at buying ZCL at these levels. They have 2 new dev teams trying to take over the original Z Classic project, but also they have the Anonymous team who is doing a 1-to-1 fork for ZCL. And if you own 100 ZCL, you will get 100 Anon, A-N-O-N, which is enough for a masternode. You know how we love the passive income here. And then look what happened today. I even bought it, 190,000 sats and 195,000 sats. I show my trades because I know how all these crypto Twitter guys are. They'll tell you they made something. They'll tell you did something. They didn't do it, guys. If they're not showing you an order book, you can believe what you want to believe. And then today, Estaj went ahead and let me know, look at that pump, 219,000 Satoshis. I think this one, I'm not going to say chase it. It's a highly risky investment, but I think that some of the fundamentals there for a fork are looking solid. And if the market turns around, I think that one's going to be one that's going to see a lot of gains and provide a masternode for you if that's what you like to look for. What else we got going on here?
There's Craig Nickham. We need a little bit of graduation music if you got it.
Let's see.
Think you got that coming?
Yeah, got it.
I do not have the certificate up, but I do want to announce Craig Nickham graduated from the course over the weekend. So congrats, Craig.
Boom shakalaka, Craig.
And we're always here, and actually you gave a testimony, so appreciate that. And now we got to get this software going over and start making some more money. So shout out to Craig. Appreciate your support always.
And with that being said, you had the question, do you think ETC will correct before $25? I don't know. You might see a little bit of pullback, but at this point in time, I'm not going to play around with that trade right now. I think that the Coinbase listing is a big deal, and I have those articles up, and I'll tell you why it's a big deal here in a second.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any type of retracement level you can look at or not. I mean, we just had the one, so I would say there's, we had the retracement.
Bard says, I'm getting me some Taco Bell coin. It's just like Neo. It gives me some free gas.
I mean, the spike down to 14 was a Fibonacci. We went down through the 0.618. So I think that's probably it. Somewhere here we'll have some type of pullback, but I don't think it's probably from these levels. So I think I'd be a buyer at dip. I mean, if Bitcoin breaks down to 6,800 or below, I'm sure Classic will have some selling coming in. But that's probably the big question, is what's happening with Bitcoin here short term. This is the Bitcoin on the software. So as we all know, the low down here at 57.40. You can't really see it. Let's try to make that a little better. You can see here on the OP, which is 5-minute volume every day. So going back to this low actually today we took out that low on volume, which means there's been more sell volume coming in on Bitcoin versus this low. So that's a little positive because price is holding way above that low while volume is trying to drive it down. So you would think that the composite man is supporting that. Otherwise, Bitcoin could be down at 57.40 if it was following the OP. So the only issue I have here, and again, they gave me this morning. Some of the 5-minute charts are definitely correct. The price and volume, you can see here, we talked about the volume on the way up. It looked pretty good. We've had some sell volume coming in here, but nothing drastic. But that does drive the OP to new lows while price is holding. The technometer, though, I've told them the technometer is, something is off on the technometer with their update. It wouldn't be a 63. And the thing is, on some of these, let's go to Classic real quick since that's the big one today to talk about. Let's load that up. Wait for the OP Force and Tech to load. So you can see here on Classic, this is the 1 month chart. Big volume come in off the lows. Big volume today. The OP is hitting a new low, or a new high for the move, excuse me. So everything still looks pretty good to the upside. Force index has been somewhat trending up. The technometer did give you a buy this day. And again, I'm not going to say for sure that tech is correct. So I've got to sit on these things and make sure I like the calculations. But if that calculation is correct, I mean, this day at the lows, it went below 38, which was an oversold technometer reading. So that would have gave you the low down there at 1450 or so, which was down to the 0.618 retracement. So that would have been one of those lower risk trades. But obviously that one's in the news with all the Coinbase and stuff going on. So, but once again, I mean, they fixed a few issues. I'm just going through it with a fine-tooth comb and telling them a few more things to fix here and there. But hopefully everything gets working correctly. And then we'll be able to go through a couple hundred different coins. And there's a Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index. So, and again, it takes a little bit for the OP Force and Tech to load because it's, on this thing, it's grabbing 6 or 7 coins every 5 minutes, going back a month, and then calculating the OP Force and Tech. So there, it just updated. And you can see here, this is consolidated volume, 89 exchanges. The OP does look correct. The Force looks correct. Technometer, I think, could be correct. So just trying to get that done. So that's all I got there.
Cool. So a lot of people are talking about the ETC Coinbase thing. What's going on? So they announced, if you did not know, that Ethereum Classic, the development should be done by tomorrow, August 7th. After that, they will allow for 24 to 48 hours that you, everybody can send Ethereum Classic over to their exchange. The reason they want to do this is they want to make sure that the Bitcoin Cash thing doesn't happen. I know we want it to happen, but essentially when Bitcoin Cash went off, they only gave people a very short notice. There wasn't enough liquidity over on their exchange, and that's why Bitcoin Cash went to $4,000 from like $500. So they're going to let 24 to 48 hours go. Hopefully enough liquidity gets over the network, and then the trading will go live. It's going to be added to Coinbase Markets, Coinbase Pro, and Coinbase Prime. On top of that, it will be part of Coinbase Asset Management, meaning since Ethereum Classic will now be an asset on Coinbase, it will be added to the Coinbase index on a market cap weighted index. So we want to see the Ethereum Classic market cap increase, so it'll be a larger percentage of that index, and we love the index because they hold the underlying coins. So ETC will be on every single Coinbase platform starting hopefully August 8th, 9th, or 10th. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that because you don't want to miss on the opportunity if you're looking for a swing trade or a ladder trade or whatever, or you just want to be in the know. So we'll see what happens here, but hopefully tomorrow we'll get some kind of news that the development is done, and they will open up the Coinbase Pro for people to start sending Ethereum Classic over there to prepare for trading in hopefully 2 or 3 days. On top of that, you might have seen this. Coinbase Custody is exploring a range of new assets. Now, you see all these assets here. A couple look familiar. Bitcoin Gold for my Coinbase video. Neo I gave a shout out to, as some others. You got Dash in here. Even XRP made the cut. These are not ones that are going to be listed to the Coinbase Management Center. Right now, it's still only going to be 5 assets. But what this means is if they approve any of these will now be coins that Coinbase is willing to be a custodian for. That means institutional investors that like these projects and want to invest in them, but they can't because they don't have a custodian, Coinbase will now take the legal responsibility to hold these coins for their investment clients. So I think this is still, what this tells me is what Coinbase thinks are legitimate, not scam coin projects. If they're even considering these, that means that they think there is fundamental strength to these cryptocurrency projects. They might not be right that they all go to the moon or they stick around for the long term, but they believe there is an actual dev team working on it, an actual use case, and that unless something catastrophic happens, they should be around for the foreseeable future. So definitely look at all these, see if you have any of these in your portfolio. Ones that I see on here that we like is EOS, Monero, Neo, Dash, Bitcoin Gold is one that I put in my Coinbase video. Decred is one that we like a lot. Icon with ICX, WanChain. I'm surprised we don't see Aeon on here because ICX and WanChain are in a threesome partnership with Aeon, so I'm surprised not to see that. But just keep an eye on this, see what's going on. Don't get your hopes up that these are the ones going to be these are the ones that are going to be listed. And if you make profits on Ethereum Classic, if there is a pump, the ones that I am targeting that might be on Coinbase soon and that I think are good buying opportunities are ZRX and XLM. I think those are ones that are getting in the price range of where I'd want to buy them anyways. And I think a lot of people, if Ethereum Classic pumps, will be moving some of those profits to what they think might be the next coin on Coinbase to try to replicate this trade. And I think that XLM and ZRX will be beneficiaries of that. BAT token might as well, but BAT token still is pretty high up in price comparatively to what I'm seeing with ZeroX and XLM. So I think those are going to be the ones that move after the potential ETC pump.
And Dennis is right. Coinbase, love them or hate them, they're way out in front. I mean, they're well capitalized and they got the brain power.
And then lastly, for Ethereum Classic, they did get added to the Robinhood app today. They are one of 6 cryptocurrencies that can be traded on that app. Not massive news because it is only accessible to 16 states in the United States only, but definitely it is a one-click way to invest in cryptocurrencies, and they are in an exclusive group there. Like I said, only one of 6 cryptocurrencies. Now let's break this up a little bit. Let's do this Zen Cash giveaway. This is going to be from the last live show we did on Thursday when we told you to buy some Ethereum Classic. Hopefully you took advantage of that. If not, maybe you can be a winner of some Zen Cash right here. Let's go ahead and throw this in here. While I'm doing this, you can win some Zen from the live show tonight as well. All you have to do is leave a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you like and subscribe this channel, and then leave your Zen wallet address. Here we go. Only 50 unique commenters. Whoa, this is a low one. We should enter this one, Todd. We'd have a good chance of winning our own money back.
And we've got another coin talking about wanting to join the channel and giving coins away. So
we'll see. We're just trying to give back to you guys as much as we can, and we're about to do it right here. Here we go. Drum roll. Crypto Kiwi, another great show. Sorry I missed it. Shout out to you, Crypto Kiwi. If you are watching this, I'll be sending you that Zen right after the show. It's as easy as that, guys. She just added 1 Zen Cash to her portfolio worth $25 on its way to $2 million.
And you don't have to be present to win.
Don't even have to be present. I'll find you. Thanks for providing the Zen Cash wallet address to me.
Hainsey, I gave you a wrench because you were giving some advice there to the community. That's all we want. So you are wrenched. Outlaw preacher in the building. Who flung dung?
That's
what up?
Best name in the community. Who flung dung? Nick, you may want to mention those who are pre-registered. Yeah, I have that tab up here. I needed a break from talking. Let's let Todd. Do you have a couple charts you need to look at, or what?
I don't have much to look at.
Oh my gosh! All right, let me get a sip of water and I'll go back in. I'll get back in there.
No one's throwing money out. We all know these charts. They need to turn out.
That's right. When moon? We're mooning. We're already mooning Ethereum Classic since Thursday. I think we're going higher. I think we'll at least break that $25 resistance. Let's see.
I mean, really, EOS, XLM, ZRX, all those still are holding up, and I think those lead us here.
Man, my camera got dark. Look at that. Whoa. All right, let's go. So we have to talk about these deadline dates. Let's hammer these out. Write them down. Everybody get a pen and paper right now so you don't miss this. I don't want to get that message after the fact. Oh, I missed the airdrop. I did this. I did that. Here's your opportunity. Get that pen and paper out. Write these down. If you participated in the Typerium ICO, you need to log into your account. It's right up here. You need to log into your account, and you have until August 31st to fill out the KYC information. Now, before, if you're from the United States, I would say, hey, make sure to get back on your VPN, go to Google Maps, find an address in Canada, and fill out the information that way. But they have said they are approving United States customers. That's how they got a little push there in their raise. So now just fill out your normal information, your personal address, etc., etc. But you need to fill out the KYC by August 31st. Otherwise, legally, they do not have to give you your type tokens. Got it? You got that one? August 31st. Now, one that we have been talking about for a long time. Hopefully, you pre-registered for the Ethos Universal Wallet. I don't have much to say about the token as of now, but I do like free coins. So they did have that community airdrop program. Let's see what the date is here. I should have found it. So right here, you must complete these steps by Thursday, August 16th at 11:59 Central or Pacific PM time. If you go to Ethos's Twitter, they're going to have a link there. Super easy instructions. Essentially, you just have to sign up for the Universal Wallet you pre-registered for, and then you create your private key. You're going to get that private key, that private passphrase. That way, you actually generated private keys for all the wallet addresses on that wallet. Now, all you do, sit tight and get the airdrops. Remember, I said a little birdie in my ear said it was going to be 5 to 8 airdrops. I think it ended up being like 15 airdrops. These are all the airdrops you can expect to get. They did not provide information as to how much you get, how you get them, etc. But as of now, all you need to do is if you pre-registered for the Ethos Universal Wallet, you have until August 16th to sign up, get your private keys, start playing around with the wallet, and your airdrops should be coming shortly. Don't miss out on that opportunity, guys. We've been waiting months for this, so make sure to get your free coins. It's as simple as taking 5 minutes to do that information. Now on to the bad news for dates. I'm not an owner of Zilliqa, but I do know some people in this community love Zilliqa. What's been going on? It saw some crazy price action there for a little while. But the developers came out and said that the mainnet launch will be pushed back to the end of 2018 and probably January of 2019. Not good. They said they just wanted, postponing it means better longevity for the future of Zilliqa, but obviously during this bear market, that is going to be killing the price. Maybe Todd can pull that chart up there. I would be looking for something around 400 Satoshis or 3 cents, and that's when I would be maybe looking to get a position of Zilliqa. Like I said, I do not own any Zilliqa, never have owned Zilliqa, but if it got back down to those levels, maybe I'd be interested in that, only because I know people are going to take this information and they're going to start dumping it because they are looking for the gains right now. A lot of the money that came out of Zilliqa is probably what's going into ETC and ZCL currently.
ETC 1896.
And I continue to think that's going to happen. So if you have Zilliqa, make your own decision. I would read this article. Maybe you want to hodl through it, but I still think there's probably a little bit more downside on Zilliqa because of this news.
We will shout out Nick for the McAfee interview and a few other things he's been doing. But don't forget, though, I found that boy. He is killing the game on the interviews, though, and bringing a lot of value to the channel. So shout out to that. Do your intro to McAfee again.
The Bitcoin buying, Ethereum classic mining, Docademic shilling, BitFi wallet creating, and poison surviving. John McAfee.
Living the life.
Woo!
That's too tight.
I know people in here are probably too young to know who Ric Flair is. That's what that is. That's why McAfee started laughing, because he knows who Ric Flair is. They probably were doing blow in the bathroom long before I was born.
Shout out to Kristen for subscribing. We're like 45 away or something. Try to have a 5,000 party. Wyckoff Forex want to know if we could talk about Ripple. I'll tell you what, there's, everybody knows that chart's been horrendous.
Everybody knows I've been telling you not to buy it forever, too.
Yeah,
I
don't own much of that. A few PCG clients do. I was hoping for a break below 42, which I was hoping was a spring or a shakeout. So I think that's, you could buy it here if you don't mind the risk, or wait for a rally back here above the, back to 44, 45, and then buy a test. Maybe might be safer, but I was saying buy a break down here to the 41 level, so I would have bought it probably.
Let's be honest, guys. Ripple still they're doing everything they can to get celebrity partnerships. There's still a large opportunity here, even if I don't like the fundamentals or the platform, large opportunity that Ripple will see its day, see another massive pump up to $3, and there could be some gains there. That is for you to make that decision on that. I'm not going to say you can't make gains on it, but just from a fundamental perspective, I prefer XLM over XRP. I've explained it in full depth why a few times. And you got to make your own decision on that one. I don't want to be a footer on any coin, but if it's a coin I don't follow or like too much, I'll tell you why I don't like it. And if you want to come back with your own personal facts, we can have a high-level debate without calling each other names. That's all I ask.
So what was it, Hainsey? He gave some more free advice saying buy Gollum. So I got that in front of you. Down here, this looked really classic Wyckoff. And then we had the pump, which I probably would ignore. We did rally here on good volume, came back on low volume. Then I guess just the alt sell-off, etc., has just brought us back down to support. So I would agree that's a decent coin. Not as strong as some of the ones we've been watching, but might be okay. And I think Nick likes XLM here for sure. Johnny Cool asks.
What's it down to now? Not quite down there. I was saying pre-Coinbase announcement, which I think is like 3,100 sats or 3,200 sats. Like I kind of hinted to what my play might be, guys. If Ethereum Classic gets added to Coinbase in about 48 hours, if we see a nice pump on Ethereum Classic, I will ladder out of my position while still maintaining some Ethereum Classic. I will then put some of that money into XLM, Bitcoin, and probably ZRX. That is what I'm going to do with my own personal funds. What you do with yours is up to you. But I've been saying that I saw XLM coming down lower towards my price range for a while now. It's almost getting there, and the timing might be perfect for me to do that trade. So that's up to you guys. You got to make your own decision.
And Johnny was trying to get his Zen, right? Because that back to 23 here. So, and Z Classic, that's the one I mentioned on Wyckoff you could buy, and then actually Nick agreed with it. And that was kind of around 1390 or so. So that thing's starting to turn up again. So
looked like it had a little pork blaster right there.
I would guess there's some upside in that coming, and you can see the the good performance here recently. So that one's probably got some type of upside. Definitely high risk.
Holy moly!
Let's go to this is a Waves 4 hour. Moved 850 down to $1.83. So I know I brought this up, I'm going to say middle of last week. Not much to say about it recently. So needs to take out a downtrend line, and some decent sell volume came in. So I don't know a lot about Waves yet, but might be looking into it.
Sweet.
And what we got? Classic 1891.
Oh, it's still. It just broke out of
Went
that.
to a new high.
Past that one wave.
Because the 1780 is where I tweeted that we were finally eating through this resistance. I thought that was impressive when that happened a few hours back. But yeah, I mean, somebody mentioned Fibonacci retracement. I guess you mean where can you buy it? But I guess I would say if any selling does come in, you'd buy a 0.382 retracement. Wyckoff normally would put a bid right above 50% retracements. So, but I don't know if you'll get that here.
Crypto Happy says, who cares? It's one Zen. Well, you know what, Crypto Happy? If you don't like $25 for free, if your name is ever chosen on the giveaway, I'll make sure not to send it to your address.
Right.
Peace out. Name somebody else who gets on here 5, 6, 7 days a week and gives away money for free. Not very many people. So that's all I got to say to that.
What's going on, Gary?
let's see. So what we were talking about as far as the interviews, if you guys did not see it, we did do a pretty fun interview with John McAfee talking about the BitFi wallet, the Cloak phone, and some others. So make sure to give a watch to that. And then, of course, we just recently released the Ethereum Classic interview and a Charles Hoskinson interview. And then, of course, Johnny Cool's favorite interview with EOS. So, I mean, some pretty good interviews in here. I'll definitely take a look. You get that inside look. And McAfee, you know, he made me laugh a minute into the interview, provide some high-level thoughts and opinions. And, of course, he's a bigger-than-life individual in this space. And he said he's still running for 2020 for president of the United States. So it should be interesting. Me and Todd are trying to finagle our way onto his private island. That's what I want to do.
I want to trade cryptos from his island.
Looks like we are 44 subscribers short of that 5,000 mark. So remember, guys, if you guys can just hit that like, share, and subscribe button, get us to 5,000. If you like any of these interviews, any of these reviews for coins that you hodl yourself, feel free to share those. Let's try to get some more subscribers.
Shout out to Nick for doing the interview, because now it looks like we're getting our share of trolls. So, Crypto Nick, I have no problem with Crypto Nick. And Trevon James just gave out free money. Okay, that has nothing to do with us. So you can take that comment somewhere else.
All right, free money that he took from referrals from
right. What
Big
the hell is that
Connect,
got to
which
do
went
with
to
us
zero.
giving away some Zen that we've been talking about that we like?
All right, let's see here. So the Neo news that I want to talk about is NOS, which is like a company that's working with Neo, announced that the deployment of 60 plus Dapps to NOSnet, which runs on the Neo blockchain. So they do not have much of a list here or anything, no real information, but it is nice to see that there will be 60 functional Dapps and coins built on Neo soon. I know a lot of people have been questioning, hey, why aren't we seeing more development on Neo? Is it going to cost too much to build on Neo? Is this thing going to fizzle out? This is a step in the right direction. They're getting some development, some activity over there. They still give you the dividend paying gas, and now you have the ONT as well that we got as airdrops that did pretty well there for a while and will be paying a dividend out as well. So we'll kind of keep track of these. If any of these Dapps look interesting, get in contact with me. Let me know which ones you like, and I'll do the same for you guys. But finally, some kind of good news coming out for Neo, and let's hopefully see this thing grow back up. I know it's still high up there in the market cap, but man, that thing fell from like $198 all the way down to like 28 or 30 bucks. None of us are liking that. What else we got going on over here? Somebody wants you to look at BNB BTC pair if you can. What are you laughing at over here?
Classic 1939.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's still running.
Be sure to fade all the trades. Shit. What was I doing? I lost my train of thought. ICN. Somebody asked about ICN. That's a 4-hour USDT. Everybody knows I'm going to look at USDT charts. I'm not going to trade it against Bitcoin. Can't say much about ICN. That was one that everybody was on, but I would think, a lot of those coins are sold out. If they're going to make a move, you want to buy them now and see if you can get something moving. Yes, classic, making a nice move. BNB, we are going to look at that one. Give me 1 second. I don't really want to switch over to my other screen for real. Oh, I got too many coins on here. Might have to switch over. Sorry, guys. Well, give me another second to get back to my alphabetized. BNB, let's look at that.
Kanan said, Todd, time to trim the shit coins.
It's so funny. I got somebody paid a large bill over the weekend saying congrats for staying in Bitcoin and not some of the alts, and then I lost an account a little bit ago for having too much Bitcoin. So I can't figure it out. Okay, there is BNB 4-hour.
I think they wanted to look at the BTC pair if you have it.
BTC pair. I don't have that here, but I will grab it then. I mean, I like BNB. I think it's probably more of a trading coin. We've talked about that. But I mean, I like Binance Exchange. For volume there, I can't say much. It's been an uptrend. I like the support back here that it caught. That looked like a wave forward triangle. So I would probably guess you can own that anywhere here with the stop at this low and do fine. Then let's go back to BNB USDT. Again, I think this low, I was down here, I was looking for a little further break. First spring of all this, it just sprang these lows and then reversed off of it. So I think that coin works higher. Sold my XRP for ETC. That's cool. Bitcoin back to 69.75. I hate to itch my nose on camera.
Yeah, everybody say we're over here.
I've got really bad sinus issues, and right now my nose is really because I do not do cocaine. Been around a lot of it over the years, back at the Board of Trade in the 80s, but never have tried it, and never will. 1943 classic. So that's it when you're trying to trade these things. You might miss. I mean, if you sold that at 18.20 earlier today, good luck trying to get that back. So, not sure you'll be able to get it back.
The other thing I wanted to bring up is we do have the Zen giveaway where you can leave the comment in the comment section below, but also I wanted to make you guys work a little bit. So I have this one on Twitter here, and I have it pinned. Not a lot of people have made predictions yet. A lot of people are participating, but I guess they're waiting closer to the deadline. You can actually predict the Satoshi value and the USD price of Zen for the end of the month, 8/31 by 11:59 p.m. Central Time. To enter, all you have to do is follow, retweet the contest, and then comment by the deadline, which is this Friday, 8/10. So the closest for each value will win one Zen. There will be two winners. So you can guess a Satoshi price and a USD price and still manage to win one of the contests. So get in there, get your predictions. We've already had some predictions around $37, some one as high as $145. $5. I mean, so whatever you think that Zen will be by the end of the month, put your Satoshi price, your USD price, follow me on Twitter, and hit that retweet button. And that's it. We'll pick the winner at the end of the month, and there's another opportunity to win some free coins for you guys and just something to interact with you guys. You guys are like a second family, bunch of friends on here. I recognize all the names. We talk all the time on Twitter and here on YouTube. So just want to give back to you guys, have some fun, and see what you guys come up with your predictions.
Yeah, I was at the Board of Trade in the 80s, so drugs were they were available pretty easily at that time, like free. But I guess to deal with all the stress. But never have done that. I was too busy gambling and trading stocks and options and everything else.
Anthony said, where is the ethos thing? Let's see if I can find a URL for you. Todd, you can go ahead and do your thing if you see anything over there where I try to find this. Let's see.
Well, I don't know. We got Bitcoin back to 69.87, so hard to pick a short-term low in there, but I'm staying friendly, so.
So if you go to Ethos Twitter, it's the third one down, guys. The third one down on ethos.io Twitter. It will tell you directions on how to claim those airdrops, and you just have to sign up for the wallet or get your private keys for your pre-registered wallet by August 16th.
We have got some new people in here, so that's cool.
Do you guys have any charts you want Todd to look at or any more fundamental questions? We are getting close to that time where we get out of here. We went over a lot of news from Coinbase, my personal play on Ethereum Classic and where I will be moving those profits after the Coinbase listing, as well as some things such as New York Stock Exchange coming into the market in a big way, stating that they believe that Bitcoin could be the first worldwide currency and what that could mean for price and scarcity of that asset. Anthony says, do you think LTC is setting up for lower prices? Sweet and thanks. I mean, LTC historically has been one of the most highly correlated cryptocurrencies to Bitcoin. Didn't follow it in that last little surge there, but usually it does highly correlate with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes down to 6,800 here, I would assume Litecoin is going to follow. I still think Litecoin is a low risk, decent investment because institutional money is going to have access to Litecoin. It's going to be in Coinbase Index. It's going to be in Grayscale. It's going to be in Digital Currency Group Index, et cetera, et cetera. But as far as the tech behind it, I think they're having some competitors in the peer-to-peer space. You're going to have Bitcoin, you're going to have Digibyte, Vercoin, et cetera. But I just think since it is such a large cap coin, it's going to have that institutional inflow of money that could bounce this thing back out of these lows.
What's up, Darren?
Whoa.
Welcome to the community.
That overview just got bright.
We'll rent you. Yeah, we're all a good community here, so have been for a long, long time. So let me...
John West said, will you be moving ETC to Coinbase for higher price for swing trade? I believe that I will be sending my ETC over to Coinbase, and here's the reason why. Coinbase is worried about liquidity issues. Other exchanges will not have liquidity issues and will be reacting to the Coinbase price. If you are looking to swing trade, I think you have the highest opportunity for a blow off top on Coinbase due to the lack of liquidity versus some of the other exchanges, which will be lagging the Coinbase price. So if you want to swing trade and ladder and you're comfortable, you have Coinbase Pro, you're comfortable making that transaction, I think that is where you're going to have the best opportunity to get the largest screen candle. In the end, they always usually equal out about each other. I think for the Bitcoin Cash listing, Bittrex didn't quite get that high, obviously, but definitely still followed the trend of Coinbase.
Here's the software on Ripple. Somebody asked about Ripple before. Again, the software is working. I'm just double checking. I mean, here's the volume on Ripple, 89 different exchanges. The OP, you can't really, not much going on there. I mean, we just continue. We're following price down. So I have no reason to give a buy or offer any type of anything, really. So nothing on Ripple for the 89 consolidated volume exchange. What, Vertcoin, just sitting back here at 92 cents. Let's go back. That's the 4 hour. I do think these were really big lows in a lot of coins, and now we're testing them, so I would think Vert could dig in here as well and work higher. But as you know, with Wyckoff, you want to be long strength, so some of the 4, 5, 6 coins we've been talking about that are stronger, I think those are safer bets here, but percent-wise, probably a lot of these are going to have pretty big rallies.
Simon Hayes says, happy I found you guys. We'll watch future vids. Are you live once a day or week? We usually go live Monday through Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Todd also goes live periodically throughout the days if there's big actions in the charts. That way you guys know if we're making any trades. And then on top of that, if you go to our YouTube homepage, you can see that we have everything categorized out. We have interviews with McAfee, Charles Hoskinson, a ton of projects. I've done fundamental reviews. Todd does technical analysis, etc. So we have a bunch of different videos in there, and I think you'll definitely find something that you like and enjoy, and something that you might want to share with some of your other friends that are in cryptocurrencies.
And Nick and I actually were how far down on the beginner's course?
I'd say 80% done with the beginner's course. So
if
you guys,
system, so we're going to sell that. That'll be good for anybody that's got family members or.
Yeah, anybody who's new to the space. I get asked so many questions on Twitter. That's why we created it. I try to answer as many questions as I can, but guys, I still have a real job. I have YouTube. I have my own crypto stuff, and I'm trying to provide more content to you. There's only so much time in the day, and I can't keep walking. I'm literally walk people through the process, how to get set up with Coinbase, etc. So I decided to put it all into a course. This is going to be a dynamic course, meaning I will continue to add lessons, videos. If I get asked the same question a lot, I will add something to the course. Also, as the crypto economy evolves, I will be adding lessons to the course as well. If anybody buys the course, they will get all those additional lessons free of charge just for their original purchase price. And obviously, we're here to stay and here to help you guys out as well. On top of that, to support you guys, we will be doing an affiliate program. So if you have somebody that's interested in the beginner course, you can get your own custom URL. And if somebody uses that custom URL, you will receive $10 per beginner's course. And we're thinking probably something like $99. It takes you through A to Z, tells you how to buy it, how to store it, how to exchange it, how to use it, how to get onto various exchanges. So it's really going to cover all the basis. And in a couple days of taking the beginner course, they're almost going to be caught up as much as you guys. Obviously, they're not going to know all the terms, all the altcoins, all of this and that, but they'll have a pretty good understanding of cryptocurrencies, and they'll feel comfortable buying, trading, and hodling those currencies up to the moon.
Trying to onboard these stock clients is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and then really all it is helping. We're all helping each other out, because the more people we get into the space, the faster mass adoption occurs, and the faster price appreciation happens, which is what we really all want, is want more people to know about cryptocurrencies and then enjoy the gains and the benefits of the technology behind blockchain.
JPG, welcome back. Always been a supporter. I wanted to say that earlier. I'm probably a little bit farther away from my mic, getting lazy. So yeah, we were saying like, what, $99 probably we're going to start the course at. As we add more videos and add more detail, probably go to like $129.
Yeah, I think it's going to have something like 12 lessons and 24 sub lessons or something like that. I also did snip clips, step-by-step instructions how to get signed up on Coinbase, help them along the way, etc. I did Coinbase, Binance, Coinbase Pro, Bittrex, all of them. Got everything going over there, as well as step-by-step guide for hardware wallets. Whatever they may need, it's going to be covered in there. I've been working on it the past 2 weekends, just because these are the questions I get asked every day on Twitter, and it's, hey, no offense to you guys, there is no dumb question, but just for my own personal sanity, I need to put something out there that you guys can refer to or your friends can refer to when they first get into the space.
And I saw what was Lunan's. I know Kanan said to hit him up if you have any questions on Vertcoin. Kanan's definitely our man for Vertcoin, so be sure to hit him up if you have any questions.
All right. Any more questions, charts, concerns? Did we cover the dates? August 16th for the Ethos airdrop. August 31st for the Typerium KYC ICO. And then the Zilliqa got pushed off until the end of the year, or January, for their mainnet launch. I'm expecting that to bleed a little bit further, and we'll be looking for my first Zilliqa position ever if it gets back down to around 3 cents or 400 Satoshis. We good, guys? Or what else you got for us? You got any jokes? You got any comments, concerns, laughter, love, hate? What are we doing here? Wax if possible. You got Wax available over there?
Oh, and I was bringing up DigiByte, but I only got DigiByte Ethereum on the software because I haven't updated the symbol list. I was just trying to check out a few things here. What was you asking?
If you can look up Wax, somebody's asking.
Wax.
Yeah, for the Ethos airdrop, you did have to pre-register for that universal wallet. If you watched our show, we've been talking about that for a few months, making sure you guys got pre-registered. I don't know if you can partake in it if you did not pre-register for that wallet. Jet says, my coworkers hate crypto. A lot of people don't know about crypto, and when people say they hate crypto, it's because they either don't understand it, so they're intimidated by the fact that they're not knowledgeable on the subject, or they're mad that they missed the upside. They hear, oh, I bought Bitcoin at 1,000, it went to 20K, and now it's sitting at 7K, so I'm still 700% of my investment, while you're sitting on bonds that make you 2% a year. So anybody that says they hate something, I think those are strong terms, and intellectually that's not the right term. They just are fear that they misunderstand it and fear that they already missed out on it. So
they'll buy the next bubble.
Yeah, they'll buy the next bubble. Once it breaks 10K, they'll buy
guys around. That's a pyramid scheme speech. There's Wax USD. Not much to say there. I mean, once again, a weaker coin. It is holding the previous low from late June. So if you like that coin, I don't think you can go wrong holding some of these here. But you know, if Bitcoin turns up here and we get a good rally, you want to make sure your coins are following, or they're going to have some issues on the next downturn. Nick, need to interview Brad Garlinghouse.
That's what I'm replying. Hey, I'm more than open to interview anybody.
Right.
It's not just about coins I like or dislike. Obviously, I do those so you guys can create an opinion. I've done some interviews and never really talked about it because I wasn't too impressed, and vice versa. So I can try to reach out to him. If you reach out to him when he replies, I'm more than open to do that. Take time out of my weekends. Usually every week when I do interviews is on the weekends. You know, that's supposed to be my personal time, but I do it so I can gain some more knowledge on that particular coin, and then I can provide information for you guys here in the community that support us each and every day by watching us, buying our trading course, being a PCG client, whatever it may be. that's what we're here to do.
When you say it's when they've said in the past it was a scam, pyramid scheme, only used for drug transactions, etc. I mean, you can't say that when Bitcoin futures are trading, ETFs are coming, ICE exchange is talking about it. I mean, you need to have a few percent of your money here.
That's what JPG Whistler said. I told my buddy ETF are getting in. He said, wait, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, I told you guys. I mean, it's coming. It's all the infrastructure is being built right before your eyes. Big money's coming in, hedge funds coming in, Northern Trust, New York Stock Exchange, ETFs, SEC. It's only a matter of time.
Who flung dung?
There's a turd on your desk. Yeah, this is for all those sheet coins. You got to be careful of those sheet coins. You don't want to get caught up losing all your money. Watch them go to zero after the next market cycle. So be careful, guys. After one or two market cycles, it's going to come down to the fundamentals. You're going to have to be in the right coins. Projects will go to zero, just like pet.com in the .com bubble. They're not going to exist because they're vaporware, guys. Not all of these are winners. Just because they're worth $1 million market cap doesn't mean it's going to explode. So be careful out there. I think we might get one more market cycle where the tides raises all boats. But after that, it's going to come down to real world use case, fundamentals, and adoption.
ETC is the best alt right now. Well, right here at the highs, 1946. So,
whoa, testing it. We need to bust it. Let's bust it live. Come on now.
Get you a super node.
Get you the super note in your podgies.
Here is Bitcoin Gold coming off the 22. Acting a little bit better here the last few days, so that's got a ways to go, though.
Ways to go.
Ought to be able to get back to 34, I would think.
Chris Holloway says, I don't mean to be a downer, but if the ETF, the CBOE one, gets rejected, what kind of drop would you expect? I mean, obviously that could be a big FUD storm. Now, if you would have asked that a couple days ago before the New York Stock Exchange, ICE exchange, I would have said a massive drop off. Since we are now testing at 6,800 level, looking hopefully to bounce off of that, and we do have that ICE news, I think that the downside would be limited, only because I think a lot of people are more knowledgeable now. They see the infrastructure being built, and a lot of the sellers have already been shaken out at that 5,800 level and haven't re-entered. So you're running out of selling power here, and a lot of people are starting to want to buy in. We saw JPG is telling his friend, hey, ETFs are looking at it, and now they're getting concerned. They're probably wanting to learn about it and start buying as well. So I think you're definitely going to see a big red candle, but I think it'll be a quick rebound after that as people start to realize, hey, we still got the New York Stock Exchange. We still got other outlets with Coinbase custody, Northern Trust possibly. Goldman Sachs was talking about cryptocurrencies. So I think there's a lot more outlets now, and we're not relying just on this one ETF. But it will be a blow. But I'm telling you,
and I don't know if it's going to be rejected. It'll probably be delayed.
Yeah, I think it's I think 100% it's going to be passed. It just might be delayed. That's what I'm thinking.
I guess delayed, a little bit of selling. Wait 20, 30 minutes after that news and buy it is what I would say. We haven't ran disclaimers around here in ages.
We don't need disclaimers when we're always right.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have you look at BAT real quick, then we'll run a quick disclaimer.
Jail.
This is not financial advice.
Do your own research. This is not investment advice. We're only here for fun. Here's BAT USD. Go out to the 4 hour. I mean, this was back here at the lows. I think that's a major low, and I think we had a 1 up and a 2. I've labeled that before on some of these coins. On Elliott Wave, I think we've done a 1-2, so I think there's upside coming. If you go in, a little shorter term here, I mean, not real selling here even in the last day or two. So I think BAT works higher.
And then Taj wants you to look at ZCL as well. That's one of those that is on the short list for Coinbase. So if people find success in this Ethereum Classic pump here for Coinbase, I guarantee they will take some profits and move it into BAT, XLM, and ZRX, potentially ZEC or ADA as well, because that is the short list for the ones that have the assets that have the best chance to be next listed on Coinbase.
I mean, that definitely for Wyckoff looked like a jump across the creek. Whoa. So I think that's what we've had here. And I think there's a lot more upside coming. So, hold on, let's go back. We talked about this being a jump across the creek and a backup. Not sweet, but huge volume came in, and then as you can see, volume did totally lighten up over here. And while a lot of these coins have been bleeding, it just keeps finding support at 1250s. So I think that one goes higher from here. And I think that's a high risk coin from where I sit. And there's EOS still inverse head and shoulders possibly. It has been impressive here because since this buy point here where I said maybe that was a spring and we'd have a test, I mean, it's held that 690 level unbelievably. So it wouldn't take a move at, get a move back to 716, I think gets this thing going. Move above 730 definitely does. So
Two people are saying BTC keeps pumping and dumping. What's up with that? Another person said BTC keeps dumping and then pumping a little. What's up with it?
Yeah, I mean, we have quick $100, $50 rallies and back. I don't know.
I think it's just market indecision and you're finding yourself in a trading zone. A lot of people have been targeting that 6,800 to 7,200 to be the bottom of a wave 4 for Elliott wave count, and then we're moving higher, or the bottom of wave 2 or something. So a lot of people are targeting that 6,800 range as the low. So we'll see. That's probably what's going to be tested here. Don't you think we really need to hold that 6,800 level to remain bullish? Or
I'd said that before because I had a different Elliott wave count, which again, in the past, Elliott wave was 10% of what I do. I mean, I own the Wyckoff Institute, so I'm a Wycoffian. It's been hard with Wyckoff to not have consolidated volume, which, as everyone knows, I've been working on for 6 or 7 months. So, but I think by the Wyckoff chart, this is probably still our last point of support after a sign of strength. So I don't see any issues on volume or anything. And I think emotionally wise, we've even seen it here. I mean, when these markets are 5,700, you get the trolls out, you get everyone in the bad moods. That means they've been, they've dumped their holdings, they've gotten wrecked. And that's came in here in the last day and a half. So if you could just chart that, you probably could make some money. But I just think emotionally, we're probably checking that 5740 level, and we're going to turn back up again. What's up, Ryzen?
Says you still look like K from Men in Black. Well, that's probably about to wrap it up, guys. So like we said, we're about 40 away from 5,000. If you could help us out by spreading the word, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And if you like free cryptocurrency, leave a comment in the comments section below with your Zen Cash wallet address. We will draw the winner live here on the show tomorrow. And also, if you want to participate, go over to my Twitter and look at my pinned tweet. You give a price prediction on Zen. Whoever is closest by the end of the month wins some Zen Cash. You got anything, Todd?
Can I explain shorting a coin or a stock? I mean, if you're shorting a coin or a stock, you're really just selling it first and buying it second. Instead of normally buying it low, selling it high, you're trying to sell it high and buy it low. So easy to do that in the stock market. And also like on Bitcoin, instead of selling it a coin short, you can sell the future short. So.
Sweet. That's all we got, I think, tonight. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We hope to see you here at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Keep an eye out. If some crazy activity happens tomorrow in the market, especially if some Coinbase news comes out, Todd will probably go live or do a pre-recorded video for you. Also, in the technical analysis section, Todd does do stock-only recordings. So I know a lot of us have equities and stock investments. He does stock-only with that proprietary software over there, giving some great trades with indexes and some of these stocks and equities that we follow here at Learn Crypto. So until next time, stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto.
And Nick, what's your Twitter? They just asked.
I'll type it here in a second, boys.
Peace out.
Hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.